Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show with Dr. Saito. Today we have had a great opportunity to learn more about Dr. Saito, his involvement in our community, and his wealth of knowledge as far as pulmonology and COVID. Right now, we are at the last stretch and continue our conversation regarding COVID, vaccine and the safety. Cảm ơn quý vị đã tiếp tục theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa, gia đình và xã hội. Hôm nay Julie Diep có mặt với Dr. Saito nói thêm về COVID-19 với cái chích ngừa cho COVID. Dr. Saito, thank you again for continue and to talk about this. I know we cannot cover all the information we want to in one show, but just before we end our program today, we really need to make sure we talk more about the COVID vaccine. What are your overall thoughts about the vaccine? Is it safe? Should we take it? Should we have any hesitation? Why is it so important that we have that, what we've been hearing a lot about, herd immunity?
Yeah, so there's a lot to cover. Safety is always first. So when they, did studies using this new technology, that was the first thing that they have to pass, is that whatever they're doing, whatever new drug, new product, it has to be safe.
Yes.
So both the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine was studied in over 30,000 people each.
Wow,
when
30,000.
They were, conducting the study. And so it would not move forward if it was not safe.
Okay, perfect. So I think that's what we need to remind our audience, that the vaccines that are available for us right now is safe. Thưa quý vị, Dr. John Saito nhắc nhở cho mình là cái chích ngừa cho COVID-19, trước nhất mình phải nhớ là rất là an toàn. Moderna với Pfizer có cái chích ngừa cho COVID hiện tại. Luôn quý vị cũng có thể lo lắng là tại sao COVID, cái chích ngừa đây có ra sớm quá vậy? Mà tại trước khi mình biết là bác sĩ Saito nói đó là có hơn 33.000 người. Mỗi hãng Moderna với Pfizer làm làm cái research, nói là đây là rất là an toàn cho quý vị. Dr. Saito, I know you reminded everybody that before this vaccine is distributed, it has to pass a safety test. But I know even though we hear about the safetiness of it, what is the biggest concern? Why are some people still hesitant to take this? And is there anything you can tell our audience to kind of ease that concern?
Yeah, I think, new technology for a lot of people is disruptive.
Yes.
So, if Henry Ford asked people what they wanted, they would have wanted more horses rather than a car,
Yes.
right? So if Steve Jobs asked what people wanted, they would have wanted a better touch phone rather than our iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
And similarly, if you talk about like photography, if back in the day you had to take the picture and you had to use toxic chemicals to develop the images, and someone comes along and says, you don't have to do that. We have digital cameras.
Yes.
So this is the advancement of technology. And that's where people in some groups are afraid of the unknown. But what's really important to understand is that the rigors of the study in terms of its safety has not changed. It's exactly the same method. It's just the process, the technology has allowed it to accelerate to a new level, which has never been done before. To
So the
come up with
technology
vaccine within 1 year.
Okay, so that the technology of it is making sure that we didn't skip any steps, but because of the novelty of the availabilities, I think that might be truly some of the concerns. Thưa quý vị, Dr. John Saito nhắc nhở cho mình là cái chích ngừa cho COVID là có rất nhiều cái technology mới, là nhiều lúc mà mình có cái thông tin mới, rất nhiều người cũng lo lắng, mà thiệt ra tại bây giờ mình có cái technology đó, mình mới có thể làm cái vaccine có cái vaccine mau nhảy. Dr. Saito, I think it's very important that we remind the people that we didn't cut any corners to make sure that this vaccine comes out, that there are so much research and so much support to say that these vaccines are effective. What are the effective rates of the vaccine? Meaning, if we take these vaccines, it doesn't mean that we won't get COVID, or we'll never get COVID? Or is there a chance of still getting COVID, Dr. Saito?
Yeah, it's a very important piece of information. Before I answer that, I want to make sure that we acknowledge that there is, side effects, meaning that when you get the vaccine, you will feel certain things like pain at the injection site. You may feel fatigue or headache or even have low-grade fevers or chills. It's our body reacting to the vaccine, which is an immune booster. Is trying to get our immune system to respond. So we want to make sure that we understand the side effect is not a problem. It is an expected response. Some people respond to it more briskly and other people less so. But that's in the range of what we expect.
So the side effects that someone may be experiencing is showing that the body's ability to fight the virus or to fight similar to that, and also building antigens or ability to fight off this virus. Is that correct, Dr. Saito?
It's your body responding to the immune booster. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to boost your immune system. If you have no response to it, then you don't have a reaction to it, and we would worry about that.
Okay. Thưa quý vị, Dr. John Saito nhắc nhở cho mình là cái chích ngừa cho COVID là lúc mà mình chích là cũng phải có some side effect. Có người có rất nhiều mà có người không có nhiều đó. Mà cái đó là mình biết là có thể cái tay mình sẽ đau nhức, hay có thể mình bị vân nhiều cái side effect khác. Mà cái đó là nói là cái cơ thể của mình là đang phản ứng về cho cái vaccine, mà đó là tốt chứ không phải là không có làm cho cái mình của mình nó khỏe hơn, có thể có sức để cho chỉnh về cái vaccine đây về cái chứng COVID. Xin lỗi. Dr. Saito, I know that some of the things that we talked about is boosting the immune system and some of the side effects. I know some side effects are normal. But what are some side effects that are not normal, that are some cause for concern, or what I've been hearing, the anaphylactic shocks? Can you tell us a little bit about what type of side effects we should be worried about?
Yeah, usually the first dose is not so bad. It's really the second dose. Again, remember, it's an immune booster. So when you're encountering the same thing, you're supposed to have a more robust response to it.
Okay.
So, the difference between a therapeutic response and an overreactive response is the difference between being well and being sick.
Okay.
And so when we have an overreactive response, this is what we call an anaphylactic response, where, your blood pressure, your circulation, your heart, all of these things can occur with any immunizations, any shots, not just with our new mRNA vaccine, as an example. So, some of the response where people are fainting, as an example, is more of a neurologic response. So, what I tell my patients is sometimes you see, when I was at the bedside delivering babies, you see the big macho guys, and as soon as they see blood, they fall over.
Okay.
Or, sometimes when you pull out the needle to immunize a baby, it's the tough guys who fall over. It is a nervous system response, and
but it's not
the injection.
Okay, that's right. Well, that's so important to us right now, Dr. Saito. I know today, as we wrap up the show, I just want to thank you for talking to us about the COVID vaccine, stressing the importance that it is safe, and that there's so much rigorous research to support the safety of it. Some of the side effects that we may experience may be normal, but there are some cases that there are more the body's response that we need to be aware of. I know that it is so important, Dr. Saito, to remind everybody that they should be registering online to get the vaccine in Orange County. It's the Otheno site and the app. And so I thank you so much, Dr. Saito, for joining us today. Cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức Y khoa, gia đình và xã hội. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Dr. Saito về cái COVID vaccine. Thưa quý vị, nhớ là ghi danh để cho mình chích ngừa cho Covid, để cho vẫn có cái sức khỏe về cái immune system của mình mạnh hơn. Cho nên mình có cái kinh nghiệm với Covid thì mình có sẽ pass by and có khỏe hơn. Cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Xin gặp quý vị tiếp tục tuần tới.